r/AskReddit asks. The Senate just agreed to a $2 trillion stimulus that will include a $1,200 direct payment to most Americans and an additional $500 per child. How do you plan on spending your money? Is it enough? Bills, rent, groceries, debt. Same as it ever was. The Senate agreed to it, but is that the final decision, or does it still need to be approved by someone else? House still has to approve. If I qualify, I'm keeping it put away for emergency essentials and bill payment should I need it. It's based on 2018 taxes. If you made under $75,000 in 2018 as an individual, you will qualify. This is quite a bit of money for people in the countryside and absolutely nothing in the big cities, so I guess there will be quite a difference. Agreed. The feds have a table on cost of living pay for metro areas. It should be used. $1,200 in NYC is not even enough for a month's rent in a studio apartment. But in Arkansas you might be in a 2,000 square foot house. I'll probably save it for when they ask it back next year. In fairness, it's already paid into. But yes, all us non-billionaires will be paying it back, the same as the $20 trillion that was spent in the last 20 years on wars we should not have entered. New tires and alignment on my car and pay on my heating oil bill. You must be a Michigander, lol. Apply directly to the credit card. Fortunately, I have a job that I can do from home, and have been for almost 2 weeks now, so this ends up being a bonus for me. I do wish it were more, though. Not for my sake, but because $1,200 per person isn't enough to cover for a complete loss of income. They're also boosting unemployment benefits. The exact thing they don't want me to do with it, put it in savings. Money in savings is held by a bank or bank-like firm. Banks will turn around and use it somewhere else and give you a near 0% interest rate, like helping someone else refinance a mortgage at a much higher interest rate. Your money will end up back in the economy, though it might be in the form of a nice high thread count tablecloth for a bank exec. I have a question. So this is based off 2018 taxes and is for anyone under $75,000, right? So that means I qualify for the $1,200. But in 2018 I was still a dependent of my parents. Do they also get the $500? Just a guess, but if you were claimed as a dependent you will not get the $1,200 but your parents will get the $500. I don't need it, and if the government insists on giving it to me I will send it to a food bank. I think the idea is that it's not just for people who have no jobs or money, it's also meant to help the economy, so even if you don't need to survive you can help your local businesses by buying shit. Having said that, I plan to dump it into student loans which will not help the economy, so I guess that makes me a hypocrite. This check will get to me sometime around May. I'm wondering how many people will no longer be living at the address the check was mailed to, and or how many checks will be conveniently stolen. I work in a hospital and my wife is a teacher doing online lessons. We are both lucky that we have jobs that won't be furloughed and will continue to get our regular paychecks. So if we get this check we are going to out it into saving for a down payment on a house. It's less than a month's rent. I've still got an income, but if I didn't, it wouldn't be enough to keep me from being evicted. Same. Although it will cover the trip I had to cancel that they refused to refund me on, so that's good. I think the more significant part of the stimulus package is the boost of $600 per week for unemployment. If I understand it correctly, a single, unemployed individual receiving the maximum in my state would be eligible for about $450, then the plus $600 addition. That is nearly $25 per hour. Invest in stocks. Everything is going to bounce back, might as well start the new year with $2,400. Careful on timing. There could be an even larger drop than we have seen. The economic effects of this catastrophic event will not be apparent immediately. Could take months. Going directly to 2 months rent in the dungeon like SRO room I live in, as I was laid off quite unexpectedly from what I thought was a secure job. Good news is unemployment is getting a massive boost as well. Using it to help someone who needs the financial assistance more desperately than I do. Spend it on small, local businesses. My husband and I are looking at bringing in maybe 1/4 of our usual income until we can reopen our store, and we're not a rare tale these days. By buying yourself something nice from a small artist, ordering takeout from your fave mom and pop restaurant, you're keeping those people's business alive until this blows over. I'm just planning on adding it to my emergency vet savings account. You can never save too much money for your pets, lol. I just don't understand how when the bill was first introduced, it was $750 billion, and everyone was supposed to get $1,000 plus $500 for each child on April 6 and then again May 18, but now, it's only one payment, but the bill is $2 trillion plus. The net outflow of this bill will be less than $1.5 trillion. Anything to companies is earmarked as a loan and will be returned with interest. Additionally, they decided to shift a lot more support to unemployment benefits as opposed to just paying everyone twice. Should cover a chunk of my health insurance deductible if I need to use it. But I'm wondering how the rules work. I have 4 kids and a stay-at-home wife, but make a reasonably decent salary that is usually just enough to get eliminated from programs like this. $75K phase-out begins, or if you file jointly with your wife it is at $150,000. I read you lose either 5 for every $100 of additional income. They literally passed a tax break smaller than this within a week of Trump's inauguration. Funny how it takes so much to pass a bill for working people taxpayers when they really need it. Watch what tax cuts businesses are going to get, it's gonna be unreal. It's enough money for me, since I am able to work from home through this. It's not enough money for those out of work without pay, though. This doesn't even cover the taxes I owe for last year. I used to get refunds every year, but someone changed the tax code to give bigger breaks to corporations and charge more to the little guy. Thanks, Trump. We're taking mine and putting it directly to our land payments to get ahead. The missus will be used for her bills which cannot be waived. I do worry about 2 things. 1, there is no free lunch. Where is this money coming from? 2, how will this affect 2021-2022 tax season as I am self-employed? Goes right into the kiddos' college savings. Financially secure for everything else, so might as well stash it away for her future. Is there an actual stimulus benefits thread on Reddit? This thread is more informative than literally any government press release, news article or IRS site page, and it doesn't even have a serious tag. Investing it in the stock market. Most economists predict a quick bounce back from this crisis and the economy will increase again. Of course, I am one of the lucky ones that still has a job, so I should be able to stay afloat without it. Send it to my parents overseas. They are not able to work and have little savings. I already sent them $3K to stay home and not work for 2 months. I will send the entire amount of the check if I get it.